Happy Monday, everybody. So, this weekend was pretty awesome. So, Friday night, we went to Owa's, like shopping area where they have restaurants and stores and an arcade. And by the time I got done eating and walking around, most of the restaurants themselves were closed because for some reason, on nights when people are there, stores close at like 5 o'clock. I'm like, why would you do that? If you know there's an event at 8 o'clock, like at the location, why would you close up shop before 8 o'clock? Like, that makes no sense. And actually, they had to close up before 8 because we got done eating before 8 o'clock. So we were out walking around at like 7:30-ish. And there was like nothing as far as stores open. Except for Alvin's Alley, which is like a beachy type store. Like, they have them all along the beaches, like everywhere I've ever been, where there's been a beach. And they're always clearancing stuff out. A lot of them have had going on, like when you go down to Florida, a lot of those shops have going out of business signs on them. They're not going out of business. I think some of those going out of business signs have been there since I was a kid at age like 10, so for a couple decades. So anyhow, I'm going to show you a couple of videos that I'm pretty happy about having, or pictures too, that I'm pretty actually happy about having because I did not use my scooter at all this weekend. We went to, well, I'll go through that in a minute. Let me just show you a couple cool videos. So that was my Friday night. Was walking around a lot, and then got up on Saturday, expected to have some discomfort. Really didn't. My husband had to work on Saturday. Then when he got done working, we went grocery shopping. And we went to Fresh Market, and we went to Walmart to get a couple things that we needed that they didn't have at Fresh Market. And I think that was all we did on Saturday night. And then Sunday, I ended up waking up with a migraine. And I haven't had a migraine in a while, which is, for me, weird. Because, like, generally, I was getting migraines every couple days. Like, it was just a regular thing. And the doctor just said it was my stress level, it was this, it was that. And when I got a migraine on Sunday, sorry about that, I realized that I don't remember the last time I had a migraine at this point. I know it's been a couple months, and that's amazing because I was starting to think I was going to have to go on something for my migraines, and now I don't have to. When I was younger, I was on pills for my migraines, but once I got married and started having kids, I stopped it, and then later on I found out it can cause heart problems, so I'm very glad I got off my Imitrex. But anyhow, so that's great. I had a migraine on Sunday, but it was the first one in a long time, so I dealt with it. I just kept the blinds closed, kept the lights off, no TV, no sound, till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. And then we had to run a couple errands in the afternoon on Sunday, and we did that, and then we came home. So Saturday night we made Korean vegetable pancakes and shrimp. And the shrimp we just cooked in some vegan butter, added a little bit of cayenne to it, done. Super simple. And we just put that on the side of the vegetarian pancake, or the vegetable pancake that we made that was Korean. And Sunday I didn't eat in the morning because usually if I have a migraine and I eat, I throw up. So I just didn't. And then once my migraine broke, of course I was starving, but we had already run out of the house because we had some errands we had to get done. It was getting around here, places that are open on Sunday are closed at like 5. And it was one of those things where my husband had to pay a couple bills that he had forgotten to pay on Saturday, so we had to run those around. And we happened to stop at a convenience store to get something to drink because it was hot out. It's like 95. And I grabbed a water and he grabbed a soda. And I was looking around for something I could eat because I definitely knew I needed some sort of food in my body. And all I could find was all of this like chocolate and chips and candy and cookies and just stuff that wasn't what I wanted to put in my body. But I'll discuss that too in a minute. I just didn't want to Sunday. And I found like on one of those like hot rollers, like hot dogs and stuff, they had a chicken stick that's literally just chicken breast. And it's been rolled in like a coating, a spicy coating, and it was 180 calories. And I'm like, okay, probably not the healthiest thing I could eat, but 180 calories is not bad. And actually it was really filling, but I'm also somebody who gets full really fast, so take that for what it's worth. I then went ahead and I had that for lunch. And then last night for dinner, we made Beyond Meat Italian sausages. And I looked at my calories for the day, and I was able to have some chips with it. And I was thinking last night, one of the things I wanted to talk about today with you guys, aside from weekend wrap-up, is so often I see people online saying things like, oh, well, I can't have that because I'm on a diet. Okay, so first of all, diets are a bad idea because once you go back to eating regular again, you're going to gain everything you lost during your diet. And that being said, if you do a life change where you eat differently for the most part, if you have, sorry, a big old camper just went by. If you have something that you want, like let's say a cupcake, or you're going to a birthday party where they're going to have cake or ice cream or something like that, it is okay to have that stuff every once in a while. See, here's the thing. The problem occurs when you eat or drink that stuff all the time. It's about knowing what your calorie count is, adjusting your calorie count for the things you want to have sometimes, and it's about not eating a lot of something. One of the things I like, sorry, my allergies are crazy from being outside a lot this weekend. One of the things like I've noticed, like one of the things I like about our casino that we have nearby is they have a great buffet. Granted, I never get my money's worth because I just can't eat enough food to make it worth it. But my husband will tell you he makes up for it. But they also have a lot of little desserts that are small. So if there's something I want to try, like say it's like a little piece of cheesecake, they have like these little round cheesecake cupcake things. So it's not like a huge piece of cheesecake. And like they're like the mini cupcakes. They're not like a big. They're like the mini cupcakes, not like the big cupcakes. They're just the little ones. So I can get a little bit of something sweet without having to eat more than what I should. Sorry. So I think it's about understanding that when you're changing your lifestyle and how you eat, it doesn't mean you can't have things. Telling yourself that you can't do this or you can't do that only creates a mindset where you fail. It creates a mindset where you can't succeed because you want so badly to have something one day. And you're like, well, I can't. And you get mad at yourself. You know what? Forget this diet. Don't do that. If you're going to go to a party and you know there's going to be cake and you like cake, have a salad at lunch. Have a low-calorie breakfast. And then make sure that you know what your calories are, and make sure you don't get the biggest piece of cake. Ask for a small slice. Like, limiting yourself limits your future, because if you give up everything, when you reintroduce that stuff into your life, you're going to gain everything back weight-wise. So it's more about learning what moderation is and learning what can satisfy you. Because, like, for example, there is this cupcake at Fresh Market that every time we go, I see it. I'm like, oh, I want one of those cupcakes. And I don't talk myself out of it because I don't want it or because I'm on a diet. I talk myself out of it because in my head, especially in the beginning, because I had my calories so low for the initial kickstart to kind of get my metabolism working right, according to my doctor. I don't know if that's a true thing. I'm just telling you what my doctor said. But because I was on a really low calorie count, something like a cupcake would have been like a whole day's calories probably. That being said, I avoided it like the plague. I would walk by the cupcake like, that looks really good, but I'm not eating that. And now I've gotten to a place where, because I'm working out so much, I need to increase my calories significantly so I can build muscle, so I continue to lose weight, this, that, and the other thing. That being said, I saw the cupcake there Saturday, and I thought, oh, I should just go ahead and get it. I had a salad for lunch. I had this for breakfast. I've got plenty of calories. Considering what we're having for dinner tonight, I could totally work this in today. And I could have. And I still would have been within my calorie count. And I even said to my husband, maybe we could just like cut it in half. And you could have half, and I could have half. And we were discussing it, and I was like, you know what? No. And I'm like, I don't need it. And he's like, yeah, but I thought you said, make sure that you're being honest and you're not denying yourself within reason. And I said, right, except at this point, I am now 4 solid months, 4.5 months on my weight loss program. And I am all about not denying yourself, but I also know that I've, in my head, built up this cupcake as probably tasting amazing. And if I get this cupcake and it sucks, I'm not going to be happy. So I've just kind of relegated that cupcake to like Never Never Land, because I am Italian. I like cannolis. I rarely have them because they're usually super expensive. And around here in Alabama, nobody makes cannolis very well. And if you've been to southwestern Alabama and you know of a place that makes great cannolis, let me know. I mean, I'm not going to run out grabbing me some cannolis every week, but if I decide I want one, I'd be up for trying one here and there. That being said, yeah, so I mean, basically, it's just super important that you realize that at the end of the day, moderation is the biggest word you'll ever learn in your lifestyle change. And if you're changing what you eat in general, and you're working out, and you're making sure you know what your TDEE is, and no, I don't know. I know it's totally daily. I think it's total daily estimated energy. You know where you're supposed to be calorie-wise every day. Then you know what you have available to use, I do know that, like, obviously when you work out, you're not burning enough calories to make up a cupcake. So if you're at the top of your calorie level, there's no way you can work out enough to make up that cupcake, not try to kill yourself. So, I mean, it's really about monitoring what you eat, making allowances for when you know something's coming up that you can't avoid having something that really isn't on your diet. And adjusting the rest of your day accordingly. Now, sometimes will something come up where you're put in a situation where you go somewhere and there's just nothing on the menu that would be okay for your calorie count? Yes, that will happen. But if it happens once every couple weeks or once a month, it's not the reason why you gain weight back. It's what you do the other 29 days or 30 days of a month. It's just really important that you're paying attention. And I think the biggest thing that I have found for me is before, if we were out and something looked good like a cupcake, yeah, I'd probably get it. But I was also in a place where I just didn't care. I didn't think I could change the fact that I was fat. I didn't think I could lose weight because I'd never been able to, no matter how hard I worked out, no matter how hard I counted my calories. Like, I had doctors trying to figure out how to help me. And at the end of the day, what happened is I realized that if I go somewhere and I choose to do something like have a cupcake or have dessert, I have the ability to do that. The difference is understanding moderation, frequency, and understanding that if I let myself have a cupcake every day, I'm going to put back every pound I've ever thought of owning, and then some. If one time I decide I want to have a cupcake, it's okay. Like, I think we beat ourselves up so much for things that we don't need to beat ourselves up on. I think there's a difference between somebody who sits and eats a 2,000 calorie meal once a day and then also has breakfast and lunch, versus someone who is, has, oatmeal for breakfast, has a salad for lunch, has, maybe grilled shrimp and steamed broccoli and a baked potato for dinner, and then might have, on a Friday night, might decide to also get a dessert. There's a difference. And you can see skinny people all the time go out to dinner, have a pretty healthy dinner, and then have dessert. I mean, it can be done. Granted, I chose not to have the cupcake because for me, again, I built up that cupcake. Why is cupcake such a hard word today? I built that up to be something so big that I'm afraid it's going to be a huge letdown. But that being said, if I had wanted it, I would have been able to have it because I've been not necessarily... I haven't been denying myself things so much as I've been moderating it. And it's been working. So, like, there are nights where all I want is a slice of pizza. So we'll get frozen pizzas, and I have my pizza. And I don't have... Before, I used to eat, like, if you're looking... I mean, granted, frozen pizzas are much smaller. But we used to have to get basically 3 pizzas for us. Now we get 2. And I'm cool. It's a matter of say, okay, this is how much I can have, and this is what's acceptable, and this is what I can do. And it's no longer about, I want this, so I'm just going to eat a whole pizza. Like, or I'm not going to be full enough unless I eat a whole pizza or whatever. It's about saying, okay, I want pizza with dinner, and this is what that's going to look like. We've ordered pizza delivery, and I've had a couple pieces and been fine. I think the last time we ordered pizza delivery, we got 1 pizza for 3 of us, which is human normal. Before, we'd have to order 2 or 3. I think because I had given up on myself and because I had given up on losing weight, I just didn't care. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know about why I wasn't losing weight before. But what I do know is the last couple of years, all of my weight issues are my fault. And it's something I had to kind of work through in my head that, I wasn't eating horrible, but I wasn't eating good. And I would rationalize things to myself that I never should have. And I think one of the things I'm working on really hard in the last 4.5 months is being honest with myself. And being honest with myself is sometimes I want a cupcake, or I want an apple turnover, or I want this, or I want that. And it used to be that when I decided I wanted one, like for example, cream horns used to be my nemesis. Luckily, the last ones I got were horrific and stale, so to me, they no longer hold any kind of desire. But cream horns was a thing for me. And here's the thing. That package, nobody else got it. So I would have one in the morning, one at night, one in the morning, one at night, one in the morning, one at night, 3 days straight. Now, had I gotten the package, let everyone else in the house have one, I have one, there'd be one left over, whoever else wanted it, or cut it up and split it, whatever. If I would have just had one, it would have been okay. But for 3 days straight, I was cream horn, cream horn, cream horn, cream horn, cream horn. And I didn't realize I was doing that. And I don't know why I was doing that. I still haven't figured out if it was just because it was there, which I feel like kind of is the right answer. And there was just times where I did stupid stuff where I just, instead of having one, I would eat a whole package. Or instead of having literally counting out chips out of the bag for the calorie count, I'd make a bowl of stuff. Like, I did that. And now, like last night, I always eat on our small plates that are the little, like I guess they would call it, because they're like salad plates that came with our dinner set. So they're like about the size of my palm. And so last night I had the 2 sausages on there, which are pretty good sized sausages. They're Beyond Meat sausages. So I would have that. And then I would have, last night I think I had a total like 7 chips on the side, which is actually lower than what the amount of chips for the calorie count is, but it's all that fit on my plate. And I was actually fine. Like, I kind of had to struggle to finish eating those last few chips. If you're trying to lose weight, one of the best things you can do is invest in a small plate. Just because it holds portions better. When you portion stuff out on your plate, it looks like a full plate. And if you're somebody who likes to eat your whole plate, maybe you were taught eat everything on your plate or else, it's a great way to get around that. You can still eat your whole plate worth of food, but it's portioned. So I don't think I was ever honest with myself about my eating patterns or those kind of things. And there are things I'm realizing now, as I've had to increase my calories because of my workouts, and my TDEE totals. So I've had to increase my calorie count somewhat. And because of that, I'm having to eat a little bit more than I was. And so I'm just being really more conscious about my food. And I'm realizing that I didn't realize I had an issue with what I was putting on my plate. But now I see the issue. So, I mean, there was a time where the 4 of us would make 3 boxes of mac and cheese just for us. Now we don't do that. So it's really about being honest, I guess. So, I mean, honestly, I definitely overate more than I realized. And it's something I've come to realize as I've gone through this process. And I think realizing what I've done to myself in a lot of ways has kind of woken me up. It's Monday, y'all. My English is not so great. And I think I'm on the right path. I think I now see what I was doing to myself, things I didn't see before. And I'm aware of it now. So I'm being more conscientious. I'm watching my calories on the app instead of watching what I'm putting on my plate per se. So I'm looking at what I'm putting on my plate, watching the calories on my app, and I'm not putting anything on my plate that's going to be in the wrong direction on those calories. And I'm being really consistent, and it's paying off. So I know this is super long, longer than I usually do, and I'm really sorry, but it's Monday wrap up and a topic that I just really feel strongly about. It's something that I kind of went over myself this weekend after talking to my counselor last week. And just know that if you say no to yourself all the time, at some point, especially if you're an emotional eater or someone who just overeats, you're going to get mad at yourself and you're going to fail. So don't do that. That's it. Sorry this is so long, guys. If you made it through, I adore you. Have a wonderful week. I will see you again tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm probably going to do a cooking one with a little discussion. And I will talk to you soon.